Hello guys and welcome to our new session. Today we are just going to continue to just correct our homework. It's going to be about week 2. So let's start with page 18. This is the first homework. Which of these are correct names for this angle? Here I can call this angle angle F here because this is the vertex of the angle, or I can call it with like side vertex side or segment vertex segment like EFG or GFE. So I can call this angle three names. The first name is F, angle F, or angle EFG, or angle GFE. So these are the three correct names for this angle. Okay, so for question number 2, he's asking here how many right angles are there inside these shapes? Inside these shapes. Okay, so I will just talk about question A here. Let's talk about it here. Here I have one right angle, 2, I have here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there are only 8 right angles inside the shape. So the answer is 8. Okay, so for B here, I have only 2 right angles. They are obvious here. 1, 2. So these 2 are right angles inside this shape. Okay, so the answer is 2. Question C here, I cannot find any right angle. There is no perpendicular lines, so it's zero right angles inside the shape. And for D, it's a little bit tricky, but look here. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 inside the arrows. But what about this one inside this square? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 inside the square and 4 inside the arrows. So inside the shape, all of it. So it's going to be 4 plus 4, which equals to 8 right angles. Okay. So let's go for question number 3. Match one of these cars with each angle above, angle below. So here I can find A. Here, this is the shape of, yes, exactly, obtuse angle. And number B, letter B here, it's an acute angle. C here is a right angle because I have 2 perpendicular lines, so it's a right angle. And letter D, it's gonna be reflex angle because it's more than 180 degrees. Okay, so let's continue here. Question 4. Which of these pairs of lines are perpendicular? So this one is not perpendicular. This number double I here is not perpendicular because they are intersecting lines only, not forming a right angle. And here triple I, I have right angles here. So of course this is perpendicular. So A is going to be perpendicular lines, which is going to be triple I. And B here saying parallel lines, which of these lines are parallel? So I can only find letter I here. It's the only parallel lines in this question. Okay, let's go for question 5. Which of these shapes have a pair of parallel sides? If we talked about A here, shape A, I have one line here and one line here that they will never meet. So I can say that these 2 lines are parallel, so A has parallel side. So shape A has parallel side. B here, all of them here are intersecting lines. If you just make an extension for every line here, you'll find out that they are intersecting lines. C, all of them are intersecting. D here, I have a pair of parallel side here, the up and down. The 2 on the sides here are intersecting. So only A and D are parallel. So let's go for workbook page 21. I have here name these polygons. Which of the polygons are regular? So I have to name them first because in the homework when I corrected it, I found out that that a lot of you just either said the name of the polygon, like name of the polygon, without saying is it regular or not. And some of you said that these polygons are regular or not without saying the name of the polygon. Okay. For A here, the name of the polygon is not a star. So some of you said a star. It's not a star. How many sides does this star have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has 10 sides. So it's called decagon. It's decagon, not star. Okay. And it's not regular because the regular polygon has all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. So it's supposed to have all sides are equal and all the angles are equal. Some of you will say that this angle is equal to this angle, equal to this angle, and all of them are equal here. No. If you looked here, you'll find out an angle inside the shape. Here, this is a reflex angle, and here it's an acute. So I have two angles like they are not equal. And here, if you talked about all the shapes, so you'll have 5 equal angles, which are acute, and 5 equal reflex angles. So at the end, they are not all equal. So at the end, I can say that this polygon is not regular. Okay, for B here, I will count the sides first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this shape is hexagon, and I can say that this shape is regular hexagon because all the sides are equal, all the angles are equal. So it's regular. Letter C here, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's octagon. And it's not regular because not all the sides are equal. So this side is very long and this side is very short. So I cannot say that this shape is regular shape. And for D here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can call it pentagon. And it's regular because all the sides are equal, all the angles are equal. Okay, so let's go for question 2. Question 2, it has shapes here, 3D shapes, and he gave me this table to copy and complete the table for the shapes shown above. Here for shape I need to count the number of vertices, faces, and edges. So here I have a cuboid. It has 8 vertices and of course 6 faces and 12 edges. If you counted them, you'll find them out. It's going to be 6 faces and 12 edges. And let's remember together, the vertices are the corners, faces are the polygons inside the shape. Like if you open the shape, if you opened it to draw the net, you'll find out that it has 6 faces, and the edges means the number of sides that it has. So here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 in the back, and 4 in the left here, and the right here, and the left here. So it's 12. So if you count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 edges. Okay, let's go for double I. Here I have, this is a squared based pyramid. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges. And I have vertices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices. And he wrote for me here 5 faces. And I said here it's 8 edges. Okay, let's go for triple I. Here it's pentagonal prism. So it has the number of vertices, 5 here looking at me and 5 in the back. So it has 10 vertices. And the number of faces that have here 5 rectangles and 2 in the back and front are pentagons. So it's going to be 7 faces. And he wrote for me here 15 edges. IV here, for IV here I can see the face here, it's hexagon, so I can say that it's hexagonal prism. So I have 6 rectangles and 2 faces of hexagon, so it has 8 faces. And if you count the number of vertices, 6 in front of me here and 6 in the back, so it's 12 vertices. And the number of edges that I have here, it's 18. So if you counted the number of lines here, you find them that it's 18. And here for V, it has 8 vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of me and 4 in the back. So if you added them up, it's going to be 8 vertices. And for the faces, it has 1, 2, front and back, up and down it's 2. So it's going to be 4, all of it. Left and right, so it's going to be 6 faces. And the number of edges are 12. For VI, if you counted, you will find out this shape is like made of triangles, made of all triangles. So if you counted the number of vertices, here it's 1 in the back, 2, 3, and 1 on the left. So it's 4, 1 up and 1 down. So it's 6 vertices and has 8 faces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 down. So it's gonna be 8 faces, and the number of edges is gonna be 12. Okay. So let's solve question B here. He needs me to write down the rule connecting V, F, and E, vertices, faces, and edges. it needs here just to be focused when you are just saying vertices, faces, and edges. You have to look carefully to try to find the rule connecting the vertices, faces, and edges. So if you just looked closely here, you will find out that I have faces, vertices, and faces. If you added them up, is going to be 14, and the number of edges is 12. Okay, so here let's go for shape double I. 5 and 5, it's 10, and the edges are 8. Okay, it's here in the up, it's bigger than 2, bigger vertices and faces together. If you added them up, it's going to be bigger than the number of edges with 2. And here, for shape double I, here's 5 plus 5 equals 10. And here it's 8, so 10 minus 8 equals 2. 10 plus 7 equals 17, minus 2 equals 15. Okay, I'm trying to find the rule here. 12 plus 8 equals 20. 20 minus 18 equals 2. So all of them are equals to 2. So let's make sure with these last two shapes. 8 plus 6 equals 14. Minus 2 equals 12. Yeah, 6 plus 8 equals 14 minus 2 equals 12. So here, if you added the number of vertices plus the number of faces, you will find out that in every shape, it's bigger than the number of edges with 2. So I can say that V plus F, vertices plus faces, equals edges plus 2. So if you find out the number of vertices plus the number of faces, it's going to be equals to number of edges plus 2. So this is the rule connecting vertices, faces, and edges. Okay, let's go for C. Which of the shapes are cuboids? So which of these shapes are cuboids? I can see only one cuboid here, which is I. Shape I is cuboid. Question D here is saying which of the shapes are prisms. I have here, this is pyramid, this is prism, yeah, so triple I is prism and IV is prism too. And I can see that V is prism too. It has two shapes, like two trapezium bases and four rectangle faces. So it's prism. So I have triple I, IV, and V are prisms. Okay. Here, which of the shapes are pyramids? I can see only one pyramid, which is double I. Okay, so this is for the workbook page 21. So let's go for workbook page 60 and 61. They are very easy. I need here to draw a pair of axes from 0 to 10, and I need to plot each point here, each point for question C and question E. I need to make it and to join them in order to make a quadrilateral, and then to name the quadrilateral formed. So this is the axis, x-axis and y-axis. So let's start to plot question C here together. I have the first point is 2 and 0. Remember, 2 first because it's an x, so I will write that, I will put 2 in x and 0 in y. So I go 2 steps in the right and 0 steps up and down. So it's going to be here. After that, 4 to the right and 2 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2 up, 1, 2. So the point is going to be here. Then 2 and 4, 2 here and 4 here, so plot the point here. After that, 0 and 2, 0 and 2, plot the point here, and the last point is the same point as the first, 2 and 0, so it's here. So if you join them here, you will find out that you have a rhombus. Okay, so let's go for E. 8 and 6, so plot the point 8 and 6 here, 8 and x, 6 and y. 10 and 9, 10 and x, 9 and y. Then 8 and x, 10 and y, so it's going to be here. After that, 6 and 9, 6 and x, 9 and y, put it here. And then 8 and 6 again, it's the first point that we plot. So let's connect it here. It has a shape of a kite. Okay, so let's continue. Here he say, write down the coordinates of the point A to M. So let's start the point, to just read the points here. Point A is 2 and 3, 2 and x and 3 and y. So the first point is 2 and 3. B here is going to be 4 and 1. C, where CC is here, so 0 and 2, 0 and x and 2 and y. D is here, so it's going to be negative 2 and 4. E here, negative 4, 1. F, I moved in the x only, I didn't move in the y, so negative 3 and 0. This is for F. G, where G is here, so negative 3 and negative 2. H, it's going to be here between negative 1 and negative 2, so it's going to be in x, negative 1.5, and here in the y it's 2, so negative 1.5 and 2. For I, here it's I, negative 2 in the x, and in the y it's between negative 3 and negative 4. So the number between negative 3 and negative 4, it's negative 3.5. So negative 2 and negative 3.5. J is here. So 2 in the x, negative 2 in the y, so negative 2 and negative 2. K is here, 0 in the x, I didn't move anything in the x, so 0 in x and negative 4 in y. L, this is L, it's 3 in x and negative 3.5 in y. And after that, the last one is M, so M is 4 in x and negative 3 in y. Okay, so let's continue that here. Question 2. I need to draw a pair of axes from negative 6 to 6, so I plotted here for I draw the pairs of axes. And after that, I need to plot 3 points given and find the coordinates of the 4th point, which makes a square when joined. So he gave me 3 points and he needs me to find the coordinates of the 4th to make a square. So first I plot negative 3 and 5. Let's solve question A. Negative 3 and 5, negative 6 and 5 here, and negative 6 and 2 here. And the last point, it's going to be here to make a square. So this point, it's going to be negative 3 and 2. So the coordinates of letter A is negative 3 and 2. So for question B here, 6, negative 1, let's plot it. 6 and negative 1, it's going to be here. 2 and negative 1, 2 here and negative 1 is here, so plot the point here. 2 and 3, so 2 and 3 is going to be here. And the last point, of course, it's going to be here in this place to make a square. So it's going to be 6 and 3. So the coordinates of this point is going to be 6 and 3. For question C, he needs me to plot these points, 0 and negative 5. So 0 in x and negative 5 in y. So it's going to be here. 3 and negative 6. So plot it here. 3 and negative 6. 4 and negative 3. So 4 and negative 3 is going to be here. The 4th point to make a square is going to be here, of course, to make just the square. So it's going to be 1 and negative 2. So this is the coordinates for question C. The last question here, question D, it's negative 3 and 1. So let's move for negative 3 and 1. It's going to be here. 0 and negative 2. So 0 and negative 2 is here. Then negative 3 and negative 5. Negative 3 and negative 5 is going to be here. And the 4th point, of course, it's going to be here, which is negative 6 and negative 2 to form a square. So the last point here is going to be negative 6 and negative 2. So this is the end for this video. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day.